Hello and welcome to episode 4 of What If Casca Kept Her Sanity. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, I would suggest clicking the playlist up here where you can start from the beginning and then catch up. So without any further ado, let's get to the video. Casca and Catalin travel for weeks, splitting their days between walking, catching food, fending off robbers, sparring, and sharing stories. They spend their nights with Casca blindfolded, the two of them huddled close while protected by the demon infant. Then they arrive in Catalin's hometown. We're here. I can't believe we made it. I wonder what my parents will say. Casca puts a hand on Catalin's shoulder, smiling encouragingly. Let's go talk to them. Catalin gives a nervous smile. I can do this on my own. Casca nods and keeps her distance as Catalin approaches her old home. Catalin knocks on the door, and after a moment, a middle-aged man opens it, bags under his eyes, a bottle of alcohol in hand. Father, I came back. What are you doing here? I thought we sold you off weeks ago. You did, but I don't want to hear it. You're just another mouth to feed. Me and your mother are barely hanging on as it is. I don't want to see you again. Catalin tears up. But I said I don't want to hear it. Please, can I talk to Mother? She'd understand. Her father slams the door. Catalin walks back to Casca dejectedly, tears in her eyes. As she approaches Casca, she wipes them away. I'm sorry. Don't be. I'm not giving up. I just have to become useful enough that they don't turn me away. Casca looks at her, conflicted. Catalin looks up at Casca with fierce determination. We both want to become stronger, right? I have a plan that could get us both what we want. Oh? We flash to the two of them, searching in a forest. Ah, here! I found it! Casca runs over to see a patch of wild vegetables. This is the perfect spot. I'll learn how to grow crops so I can help my family, and you can learn how to face monsters so you can face guts. We have all the wood we'd ever need to build a place to live, and we won't need to worry about night robbers. No one would be crazy enough to break through a swarm of demons just for some vegetables. Why go through all this just to go back? You could start your own journey, find your own path. Why do you care so much about returning to your family? Why? Because they're my family. They gave so much to raise me, and all I ever did was burden them. I want to pay them back for everything they gave me. Well, I did promise I'd get you home safely. If this is what it takes to do that, I'll do everything I can to help. Catalin's eyes drop. Are you only doing this to help me? I thought we were going to get stronger together. Don't you want that? I do. Good. We aren't doing this just for me or for you. We're helping each other. Catalin thinks to herself. I'm actually glad I couldn't go back. Otherwise, how would I repay you? I said I wanted to be your shield, but I'm way too weak. All I can do is help you get strong enough to protect yourself. Days pass as Casca and Catalin build a shelter out of wood. Catalin tends to her vegetables, some thrive and others die, and she takes note of what helps and what hurts. Casca spends her nights blindfolded, but every now and again, while holding Catalin's hand for support, she peeks through her blindfold as the monsters and spirits swarm their newfound home. Every time, it causes her to panic, and she quickly slips her blindfold back on, Catalin comforting her until her breathing slows. Days become weeks, and weeks become months, as the routine continues, punctuated by the occasional attempts at thievery that Casca easily puts to rest. Catalin starts trading her vegetables along with animal meats and pelts for salt in a nearby town so they can preserve food, and the two of them continue their routine through the harsh winter. Catalin stores seeds from her vegetables, asking the locals she trades with for advice. She learns more and more about the ways of farming, and as spring begins, she plants her seeds and notes which areas grow, noticing the quality of the dirt, the depth at which the seeds were buried, the types of seeds that flourish, and whether they thrive in sunlight or shade. Casca's tolerance for opening her eyes at night increases as well. Mere moments of open eyes become minutes, then hours. By the time summer hits, she's able to sleep peacefully, even when surrounded by monsters, the presence of Catalin and the demon infant calming her. Occasionally, she tries to approach her child, but it shrinks away every time, circling her from a distance. You don't have to be afraid. The demon child still refuses to get closer. Casca looks at her hand. Can I really say I'm strong enough to face you? I can look at monsters now without panicking, but what if that distance were to close? Would I be able to keep my composure? Guts, will I be able to face you without flinching? Will I just be a burden on your war-torn path? Casca looks up to the sky. Is it even the right thing to do to be chasing you? You're fighting your own battle, bearing your soul, and I'm merely existing as a spectator. I don't know if I could ever truly join your side. Could I really fight those things? She lays down to sleep, doubts filling her mind. What's the right thing to do? As more months pass and summer becomes fall, Casca and Catalin both feel a slight unease. An awareness that the comfortable life they'd cultivated was always meant to end, and that time was rapidly approaching. One morning, an inconspicuous one no different from the last, Catalin decides to speak up. Casca, can we talk? Of course. I think it's time for me to go back to my family. I've got enough reserves to feed us for weeks. I'm ready to be useful. Casca nods. I don't want to leave you, but I think you're ready to face Guts, too. You don't even flinch at the sign of monsters anymore. Casca looks at Catalin and offers a small smile. Well then, let's get you to your family. As they head to Catalin's old village, neither Catalin nor Casca feel like celebrating. A moment they'd both known was coming didn't bring with it excitement, but a sense of loss. As they step foot in the village, Catalin gasps and drops the food she'd been holding. Their eyes are met with broken, abandoned buildings, not a soul in sight. Thank you for watching this episode of What If Casca Kept Her Sanity. I'd like to give a huge thank you to my patrons, and an extra big thank you to Omar Tatelpa for passing the Secret Hunter exam. If you'd like perks such as access to a private Discord server, access to my analysis scripts, or shoutouts in my videos, I'd be honored if you checked my Patreon out. So anyway, have a great day.